doing?
Protocol 3. I will not lose another pilot. Brace for impact.
Titanfall 2 is a beast of a game. Seriously, the amount of different gameplay mechanics that fall in place for this game to work is just amazing. You got a double jump, wall run, which resets your double jump by the way, grappling hook, invisibility cloak, holograms, and on top of all of that, you got the Titans themselves. Hulking machines that you can get in and pilot them. All of that comes together in this very responsive, fast-paced first-person shooter when you run forward, shooting down your enemies, jumping from wall to wall as you reload your main weapon, for then Tobey Maguire your way into a poor soldier and cave his head in. And as you take a breath, you hear on your comms,
"Stand by for Titanfall."
only to see a Titan fall from the sky, landing in front of you. And as you get in, you hear,
"Welcome back, pilot."
And then you mow down the enemies with a sword the size of a bus. It's just so fucking good. And I would put up a footage that shows exactly what I described it if my PS4 hadn't decided to commit Sudoku and delete its entire database. That's okay. It's okay. It's alright, really. I don't care. I don't care at all. The point is, this game makes you feel like a massive force to be reckoned with by giving the player a ridiculous amount of mobility as a pilot and immense firepower as a Titan. But what surprised me the most was the characterization of the main duo. Jack Cooper, your playable character, a green rifleman voiced by none other than motherfucking Matt Mercer, who's being trained to become a pilot himself by a renowned pilot called Lastimosa. And finally, the main point of this video, Lastimosa's Titan, BT-7274, voiced by, oh boy, Glenn Steinbaum? In the beginning of the first mission, Lastimosa dies and gives you control over BT. And BT is a robot. I know that sounds pretty obvious, but bear with me for a moment. For the purposes of this video, I'm defining as a robot an intelligent machine that is unable to disobey its programming, and it has to follow a set of man-made rules and commands, acting as logical and practical as possible. Like the Terminator from Terminator 2. As for machines like Sonny from the movie iRobot, who have a set of command, rules, or programming, but can choose not to follow them, I would say that they are basically fully sentient creatures, and don't really fit on the basic definition of a robot anymore. An android, maybe? I don't know. That's a whole can of worms that I really wish to open in a future video, but not right now. The point is, BT and the Titans are much more like a Terminator and less of a Sony. And with that in mind, how do you characterize a robot? With a shit ton of nuance. BT is calm, direct, and concise, and Glenn did an amazing job in his voice acting. You feel as if BT is in control and knows what to do in any situation, reassuring you that whatever you guys are doing is the right call, and above all else, you can trust him. As an example of BT's robotic disposition, listen to this conversation, one of my favorites in the game. First, you can hear Cooper smiling as he speaks, and BT's response is just golden.
The weapon is an advanced design and may give us a tactical advantage.
I think somebody's in love.
A human's concept of love requires admiration, attraction, devotion, and respect. Conclusion: I am 50% in love.
These responses characterize BT so well that some people in the Titanfall community will fight you over BT's supposed humanity. For instance, when you get to pilot BT for the first time, after fetching him a new set of AAA batteries, he says this:
We will have to fight our way to safety. Get ready.
You sure about this?
Yes, trust me.
The fact that he says trust me may seem like a humanizing trait at first, but the fact of the matter is, Cooper is a new pilot, unsure of what he's doing, so behaving in a calm and reassuring manner is the most logical approach for BT in this situation. Now, let's tackle a big humanizing moment for BT, shall we? Not his final scene, but the one aboard the Draconis, when you finally get the Ark. For context, every Titan has a set of rules or protocols, as the game calls it. The most important protocol is Protocol 3, protect the pilot. In this scene, the Draconis is about to crash. The Ark is stored inside BT's cockpit, so Cooper can't get inside BT. And this happens.
Get the Ark out of here!
Negative. We are trapped.
What are you doing?
Protocol 3. I will not lose another pilot. Brace for impact.
Protocol 3 is clearly stated to be protect the pilot, but that's not what BT says. But as always, there's a logical explanation for that. In this scene, Cooper is adamantly ordering BT to get the Ark out of the area. That is the mission, and a Titan must uphold the mission. BT response to Cooper's orders need to be firm, direct, and prove to him in a brief moment that BT will not disobey his third protocol. Therefore,
Protocol 3. I will not lose another pilot.
Funnily enough, similar things happen in terms of characterization in Terminator 2. For example, when John teaches the Terminator to say "Hasta la vista, baby," the Terminator learns that when a human shines someone on, they should say "Hasta la vista, baby." And since the Terminator tries to blend with humans, you get the iconic scene.
Hasta la vista, baby.
As I said before, you know that there is a code, a programming that dictates the logical, well, for the lack of a better term, thinking that the robot goes through. And understanding the way that the machine thinks, you can influence and characterize your robots. Another example of this in BT's case is when you first meet him. He calls you a pilot. Pretty formal. But as the main campaign goes on, he starts calling you Cooper, until in the last mission, he finally says,
Hello, Jack.
Again, as any other example here, it's easily explained. When you meet BT, Cooper is unsure about this whole pilot thing, so it's reassuring to be called pilot by BT. As the campaign goes on, your link with BT improves, and this formality is no longer needed, so he just calls Cooper by his surname. And by the last scene, BT knows that you just saw him basically die, so a little friendliness is quite welcome, and confirms to Cooper that yes, this is the same robot, this is BT. And the characterization of BT and the link between a pilot and his Titan is reinforced by the seemingly symbiotic relationship that Cooper and BT develop throughout the game. In many instances, you wouldn't be able to finish your mission without BT, and he wouldn't be able to finish without you. When BT gets trapped by Ash, you have to help him, and you could not traverse half of the game's terrain without BT, be it because of the safety of his cockpit or because of the famous fastball. And I hope you managed to see my point about the characterization of robots. Every choice of words can be explained away with logic and reason, like a robot would behave. But even with that in mind, you just can't help yourself but to sympathize with these characters. That is exactly why when the main sacrifice of these series come up, you feel for these characters as if they were actually alive, and in the final scenes resonate with the audience. Now, to finish this video, when writing robots bound by their programming, don't be afraid to play with the choice of words. Keep it logical, but slightly ambiguous, and let that tiny ambiguity shine as the characterization of your robot. That way, your audience can relate to your machines and feel when that marvelous bastard concludes his arc. Well, everyone, thank you for watching, and I would like to leave you guys with these final words. Fuck the smart pistol.
You never see it coming. You